Oh, hello Aries. Welcome to Spirit and You. My name is Debbie and here is your March 2019 general reading, and I am using the Wild Unknown deck, so I'm just shuffling away. I'm going to pull 8 cards for us. Okay, first card we've got is the Empress. Oh, interesting for you Aries. The second card that we've got is the 10 of, that looks like wands to me. Yes, it's the 10 of wands. Next card we've got is the 6 of wands. So we've got a go-get feel here, haven't we? Wands, wands, wands. Okay, number 4 is the Sun. Lovely. So I hope you're all well and that February was a good month for you and you're looking forward to March, as you would be because you've got some birthdays coming up. So 10 of Swords and 5 of Cups. I will show you all these cards anyway. I'm just shuffling away. So for those that you are having birthdays, happy birthday. I hope you've got lots of nice things planned and someone's going to treat you and you're going to do something interesting. Something a little bit challenging I think would be good, because it feels like you are ready for your next challenge and it's about time is kind of how it feels for some of you. You're ready. Temperance. And finally, so I have a little bit more of a shuffle for this one. Yeah, you're ready definitely to take on a new project. Some of you were almost kind of, I'm feeling a bit agitated. I'm almost a little bit bored. I want something to happen. I want something to get my teeth stuck into. Okay, last one. You end with the star. Very nice. Let me just put those down. Okay, so let's go straight to the Empress, which is your first card to kick you off for March. The Empress. That feels really strong. That feels really strong, particularly for you, Aries. It's like it was a card that has to come out. It's like your mother. It's like your mother. It's like your mother's coming through. It feels very strong. I just have to say that because I'm just getting a real pull with, here's my mother, that's my mother, that's my mother, she's coming through. That's what's coming through. And there we are. Anyway, this card, in its kind of meaning, the way it feels for you, just feels very strongly for Aries. It just feels completely right for you. It speaks of being very artistic, very creative. There's a lot of fertility in this as well. There's a birthing of an idea. There's somebody who's got an artistic flair to them that's good at their job particularly, and is also very kind in their relationship, is what I'm getting. But for some of you, there's an element with this, is the way that it's making me feel, of you feeling a little bit bored. And it could be that even in the relationship that you're in, you just need something to change. It needs to get a bit better. You need to feel a bit more inspired. And that would kind of tie in with the way I was feeling earlier as I was shuffling the cards, that you need a new project. You need something to keep you going. You need to be inspired. Well, the Empress can definitely do that. This card would say, well, you've got that already. You've got the inspiration inside of you. You've just got to branch out, haven't you? You've got to let it out. You've got to maybe go to pastures new. You've got to look for something that will get you going, something that will make you, something that will spark your interest is what I'm getting. And that could be anything artistic or anything creative. It could be anything, as long as it gets you interested and you feel as if there's a purpose behind it, that there would be a beginning, a middle and an end. So somebody could be writing a story and just putting that middle, the start, the middle and the end together. Or you could just need to know that the journey you're going on ultimately has an end, because you've always got to get to the end. It's important that you achieve and reach your goals. So that's what this one feels like for you as you kind of kick off March. And then you get the 10 of, and this is quite dark, so I thought it was swords to start with, but it's wands. 10 is a completion, so 10's a great number. I have said this before, we never really we don't actually complete anything in life. We're always learning and we're always moving, and everything's kind of in a flux, as it were. It's meant to be like that. We're meant to keep moving, we're meant to keep learning. There's a pattern in life that ultimately just keeps unfolding. Just when you think, I got a handle on all this, I know which way it's going, it changes. It's meant to, because your journey is just so personal. This is definitely about your goals and your desires and your dreams, your ambition, your drive, your determination. You're heading somewhere with this. You have a plan, and this is kind of what the Empress made me feel like, and also the way I was feeling when I was shuffling the cards. It was coming through about, I want to do something. I got to shake this up a bit. I've got to change it. I've got to find something to get me passionate. And this card is saying, well, you can. You can. And it starts with you. So in order to produce anything that's worthwhile, that stimulates you, it's got to come from you. It's got to come from in here. Think about it, but ultimately it's coming from you. So you can inspire yourself by looking into something new, is what it's making me feel like, because the Empress she talks about new beginnings and fertility and birthing of ideas, that whole April, spring, birth, new ideas. It's that strong, and this card makes me feel exactly the same way with these ones here, and the way that they move there. It's like you, if you haven't got something that you can get your teeth stuck into, if you haven't got something that you can tackle, you can get bored. You know, you can often feel, don't give me too much pressure. I don't want pressure, but at the same token, you need an element of pressure to strive, to keep your interest going. So this is what this card is saying. Think of something you'd like to do, something a little bit out of the ordinary, something that opens up a horizon to you, opens up an idea to you, that still feels very passionate, and then all of that drive and enthusiasm you can pour into it, and it'll really get you going. That's what that feels like. Lovely as well. And then we've got the Six of, so you've got Wands again, so you've got the Six of Wands here. This is you materializing things. This is you thinking about those goals with your number 10 here, that desire to do something, to change something. And then if you do that, if you find something that really gets you going, that really inspires you, that you feel that you can give a contribution to, you'll be able to transform it into something that's really personal to you, that really ticks those boxes of you feeling like you've completed something. You know, in your day-to-day routine, in your work, in your relationship, if you've opened up the idea that something needs to change, then it's just going to get better from there. You'll be sharing this idea with somebody in your relationship or at work, whichever it's relevant for you personally. So for some of you, this will be you be talking to somebody about something and getting an idea back. You'll be transforming the situation. You'll be moving your goals forward by having a conversation, and it will feel light and it will feel right, and it'll feel directional, because there's passion with this. It's you wanting to move forward with your goals and your ideas, and it's you communicating your feelings, that inner feeling that you've got really well. It could be that you're in an organisation, or there's some sort of charitable thing that you want to do, and you talk with people and say, look at that, this is how I would do it, this is my idea, and I really want to be involved with this. Or it's just an idea you've got just for yourself, a hobby, something different, but it's opening up and transforming an idea and making it a reality. So that's the first one. Then we're still in the second week here, and you've got the Sun. So the Sun comes through to tell you that you're very good at being you, and also it's fire, which would suit you very well. It's about keeping warm, yes. It's about going off to the sun, yes, because it's the sun. It's about the planetary aspect, because it's the sun, but it's very strong. So it pulls you to you. It pulls you to, what do you want, Aries? What makes you happy, male or female, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, what do you need to do that gets right to your centre, that gets right to that tummy, that drive, the ambition that you've got inside of you, and you moving forward. There's a big sense of freedom with this card as well. You need to be free to express yourself. You need to be free to be you. You don't want to be curtailed by somebody else, and you don't want to be nipped. You don't want somebody at your heels, as it were, telling you that, well, we do it this way because I said so. You're too free-spirited for that, and there's a lot about you that just wants to be free, independent. It doesn't mean that you don't want to be with your significant other, because you do. Because there's the warmth here, and it pulls me towards your relationship. You do, but you also want to have the freedom to express yourself and to be recognised for that. And that could be in any kind of work that you do, or whatever relationship you're in. The need for you to be able to be expressive and to show your passion is very important to you. And this card says that you can do this because you always come from a place of you, and please continue to do that. Very strong that you keep that energy level going, that you keep, and also you're going to need to take very, very good care of yourself physically, because I get a sense of strength here and you needing to be strong. So that means the obvious, eating well and sleeping well and taking care of yourself, because your goals here and your drive, you don't want to get worn out. And that's quite important. And also the feeling, because of the sunny climb here, I know that you're going to be wanting to go on holiday soon. You'll be wanting to get to the sun, and that's where you can recharge your batteries. But it feels very much like at the beginning of the month that you're going to be looking at changes. What direction am I going in? What is this that I need to do to change to keep myself stimulated? So that's 1, 2. Going into the third week now. Oh, here's another 10. So we've got 2 10s together. So I know we're talking about you personally here when I see these. And there you have the 10 of Swords depicted with a bull there, with all of these swords going straight in. And that would kind of almost intimate that there's a lot on your mind. Could well be. Could be going to Spain as well because of the bull. Could be that there's a Taurus around you. Could be that there's just an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn. Somebody with that element that's around you that's quite inspiring, which is what you need. And they've got lots of conversation. And conversation is good because you like to talk. One of your finest skills, now you've got many, is your ability to communicate. You can talk to people from the person who's doing the errands in the office to the CEO. It's that kind of feel. Your vocabulary and your range and your acumen is strong. It's positive. There's a word that I'm trying to find. You're professional, I think is the right word for you. There's a professional element to you, and there's an inner knowing. Now, when you see these swords going in here, it does also, we have to take it as an element of, you may have a bit on your mind. You may have had a lot on your mind. You may be releasing that now, because when I look at this card, the way that it makes me feel is that, yeah, I've had all that tension, but not now. Not now. I'm moving through it. And that tension was caused by me spending too much time thinking about it. Now, the plan is to push forward with the goals, the dreams, the desires, the tummy aspect, the gut, rather than staying in my head. You're not thinking here, you're thinking more into your body, more into the physical, which is why you need to keep your strength up. So this could well be that you are just moving forward with your plans, but because there are 2 10s here, and they were kind of sitting like this in the stack, in the actual spread, I know that they want to be together, and I know that that means you. So this reading is actually about you personally, you making the changes. It's not about somebody coming in with their energy. It's about you have to do this, and it's very fruitful because it's what you want, and it opens up and broadens your horizon. Then you got the 5 of Cups. Fives always make me very, very clear on just how creative this person is that I'm with, that I'm talking to, or their energy that's around me. And for you, it feels exactly the same. So there's a creative element to you where you know what you need to do to keep everything balanced. And I get that strongly because we've got Temperance sitting next door to the 5 of Cups. So again, these two are talking. So let's balance, let's keep it real, let's keep a lid on it, let's keep a handle on it, let's close the doors when they need to be closed, open them when they need to be open, and take in only what is necessary. I'm not taking on too much emotion, and I'm not keeping the past going when the past needs to be left behind. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is a lesson, and more importantly, an experience that you take on, that you move forward with, and that then you can help somebody else. Because if there's somebody in your life that's a little bit vulnerable at the moment, they could benefit from your advice. You know, a younger member of the family or your nearest and dearest, that kind of thing. You can chat to them and say, listen, you might be sad right now, but you will get through this because it's all a moment in time. So there's a need to be creative and manage your time and manage your emotions, and just remember that what was is not now. I mean, 5 minutes ago is the past, isn't it? So you have the ability to continuously create the future and create this new beginning, this interesting theme that's running through these cards for you about you wanting to change things and give yourself a form of stimuli to keep you fired up, as it were. Okay, so we'll just look at temperance, even though we've just touched on temperance. This is all about balance. It's about making sure that you've got things where you want them to go. Could also be the sign of somebody around you that's a Sagittarian. Could be another fire sign. You know, there you are, Aries, and there you have the Sagittarian coming in. So that could well be somebody that comes in that shows you a different way of doing things. Could be somebody that you work with, that you collaborate with. Could also, perhaps for some of you, be this element of the change that you're making, the balance that you need to create this new beginning, this change, and perhaps they will collaborate with you. Perhaps this will be somebody that you'll be having a conversation with. Alchemy in this card. So whatever you decide to do, you'll have backing. You'll have the Empress who kicks you off. And then beautifully right at the end of your spread here, you've got the Star. So you've got a huge amount of helping hand here. You've got a universal feeling. You've got the universe having your back, as it were, watching you, looking over at you and giving you suggestions, kind of feeding you with the information that you need, what your soul desires. So the element of balance in here, which I do believe you'll have. And then right at the end, as we just touched on, is the Star. And the Star wants to look over at the Empress and just say, well, this is the new beginning. This is this inspiration coming in. And this is the universe saying fate and destiny. That's what's happening here. Fate and destiny. It's coming. It's coming. It's the Star. It's the water bearer. Could be an Aquarian that's in your life as well. Could be that you've got somebody that's in your workplace or just in your life that's an Aquarian that will have ideas too, that perhaps you're having a conversation with. There's definitely children around this feel of this card as well. So some of you will be talking about your children in a relationship, working things out with your children, planning the holiday. Someone's just going to a new school. It's that kind of thing. Or even working with children, and maybe that's the new thing that you're doing. You're working with, I'm getting a sense of vulnerable adults here, because it's pulling out this card. So some of you will be working with some vulnerable adults that need your input and your creative ability to set them on the right track and show them the right way to go. When you get the Star, it's wish fulfillment. What you wish for, you can get. So you can wish on a star and you can produce a lovely magical month for yourself by using your intuition and your strong desire and ability to perform and to get to the required place that you want to go to, that start, middle and end, the end goal that you're aiming for. So I think that's rather lovely for you, Aries. And here are the Moonology cards. So they kind of look like that. So as I say, different phases of the moon. So I'm going to give them a shuffle. They're very big and they're quite awkward for my hand, although, you know, I've been holding cards for some time, but it can be a little bit challenging at times because they're huge, but they're lovely and new, and there's a nice feel to them when they're new. So I'm just going to pull one of these cards solely for the energy, for nothing to do with astrology at all, although astrology, as I said earlier, plays a big role in our lives if you're into that kind of thing. I certainly believe that, but that's not the reason for the cards, because as I say, it just won't be relevant for when you see this video anyway. So I think we're going to have this top one, if I can separate them, and you've got nothing is yet set in stone. This is a mutable moon. I'm just going to put that up a bit closer for you. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that water element there as well. Nothing is yet set in stone. That's so true, isn't it? Which is why you're able to move the way that you move, which is why you're able to set your own goals, and why you're able to go on your journey, because it's yet to unfold. It's yet to come to fruition. If you imagined that you were in a dream, you're having a dream, for instance, and you're kind of quite lucid in that dream, and you know, when you have a dream and you're almost in it, and you feel like you know what the next step will be. It's almost like you're the narrator. Some dreams you just wake up and you can't remember a thing. Others you think, well, I steered that. Well, that's what this feels like. It's like if you were in a dream, what would you do? If this reality that we're in now, if it was all a dream, an illusion, and it was a dream, and you're in that dream, what would your dream be like? Would your dream be anything you ever imagined? Would your dream be everything you've ever hoped for? You know, like the star here. Would it be everything you ever wished for? Would it not be amazing because it's your dream? I think it would. And that's kind of what this card makes me feel like, that there's an illusionary aspect to everything, that it's not set in stone. And if it's not, that means that 5 minutes ago was the past, and right now is the future. So you can create anything right now. Can you not? That's what this card feels like. You can create the future. I think that's really powerful and very lovely for you. I think all of the cards are lovely. It looks like it's going to be a nice March for you, Aries. As I say, some of you will be having your birthday, so many happy returns. I hope it's a really good month for you. Again, it's all a matter of personal interpretation, is it not? This is a general reading, but all the same, it's really nice to talk with you and to be with you. Can I thank you for the likes and for the subscriptions? It means a lot to me, because they are going up, and I'm very grateful to you for doing that. A thumbs up and a subscription is just, well, it's just nice to know that you're enjoying what I'm doing. I hope you have a fabulous month. I'm sure that you will, and I will see you very soon. So I'm going to be seeing you in April now, aren't I? I will be putting up these couple of videos each week, couple of cards, just having a look at the energy that's around us. So hop over, if you subscribe, you'll be able to do that. Anyway, in the meantime, have a lovely time, make the most of it. Looks like you'll be able to do just that. Make those changes, go forth, do all of those things that you want to do. Seize the moment. Bye, Aries. Thanks for watching. Bye.